things are going to change pretty drastically, or how the console is going to work, right? Not now, not to scare you and say that things are going to change drastically. Signal flow is still signal flow, right? You still have a road that signal has to go, and every destination it hits along the way, it goes to another destination, right? It has to have a road to travel. And, just like we said earlier, here's our signal flow, right? Here's tape in the middle. Anything that happens before tape is going to get recorded, right? Anything that happens after tape, is that actually going to get recorded? No, but are we going to hear it? Yeah. Okay, so we got to know where we're putting things. Anytime that we insert anything into anywhere in our signal flow, it's going to change nothing before it. Or nothing before that change is changed. It changes then, and then it changes everything after it, right? Nothing before it, everything after it is changed, right? Okay, so are we good on this patch so far?
So why do we have our input on one? Because we got it right there, right?
Yeah, it's outputting from our preamp and going to where?
Okay, the multi-track sends.
Multi-track sends 1.
Okay, so on 6, the input will be 6, right? So take a picture of that.
Try out 6.
He's over here chilling.
The last time I tried doing it, I didn't get no sound.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, if we've got this signal coming back from our preamp, we can put it on any multi-track send we want. In fact, we can really plug it in anywhere, right? But where do we want to go with it? To our A to D converter, right? That's why that diagram, microphone, preamp, I just spit everywhere. A to D converter, tape. Our tape right now is the computer and Pro Tools. D to A, monitor management, speaker is so important, right? Because we know that is always going to be the flow that we want when we're tracking, right? And when we're mixing, it's going to be the same thing, except for we're only utilizing half of it, right? We're starting from tape. We're starting from the computer, right?
Question.
Yes.
Okay, with the preamps, why is so many? Like, you use the console, you use the Viper, you use the Grace, and they all do just turn up the gain? Like,
yes, they all turn up the gain, but they all put their own stamp of sonic character on the signal. So, for instance, a tube preamp might sound a little bit more warm and gooey, right? Whereas a solid state with no tube flavor in it that turns up the gain, it's just, think of it as different ways of amplifying the signal, because that's literally what it is. There are different electrical engineering ways, right? There are different circuits that we can use to amplify that signal. And the Grace, its circuit is a little different from the SSL. They all do a pretty good job of taking that signal, that low-level microphone signal, and cranking them up. But it's just like, it's like colors, right? It's like if you're painting, you know, you could say, why do you need light blue? You have blue, right? They're both going to be blue. You're going to paint the sky blue, right? Well, it's creative, right? All of this is about what colors do I want to put together to make this canvas, right? What is our canvas? We'll talk about this a lot when I come back. What is our canvas? Can anybody guess?
Music.
Music, yes. More specifically. More specifically.
Sound.
Recordings.
In
Pro Tools.
what? Okay, let me talk about this analogy just a little bit more. A painter has a canvas on an easel, right? They take all these colors and they paint creatively on the canvas, right? And when somebody views that, what are they looking at? Yeah, but it's literally paint on a canvas, right? So what is their canvas? It's the canvas, right? What is the canvas of a
blank thing?
A videographer, a director of a movie. What is their canvas? Yeah, like the screen, right? You have to view the screen to view their art, right? What is our canvas?
What you put on the
CD,
TV, not exactly, because if that was the case, then the speakers, right? The director. Now, the director of a movie, if Pro Tools was our canvas, then the director of a movie, his canvas would be the hard drive that he's recording to, or the tape that he's recording on.
Yeah.
But it's not, right? His art is viewed on a screen. The screen is his canvas, right? So, again, what is our canvas?
Speakers, what you hear?
The speakers, okay? So we're painting a picture in between speakers. I know this is a long answer to why do we use different preamps, but I think it's important. We're painting a picture, right? And there's going to be a difference in the outcome if we use one certain preamp for a lead vocal or another, or for a snare, right? You know, it's going to place itself in the frequency spectrum a little different, and it's going to affect the listener a little differently. Now, it might be really subtle, but that's our job. We take all these little subtle differences, just like a painter mixing a little bit more green into their blue for that one little thing that they're doing, right? The better we know our colors, and our colors are our preamps and our EQs and all that, the better we're going to be able to represent the artistic expression that we want.
If how soon can you hear the differences though? If you like right now, if we had it up and we can hear it, and then we unplug that and plug it into the Vibrate, will we hear a difference like right there?
Right now, you might hear a little bit of a difference because you haven't trained your ears to hear the difference yet. I will immediately hear a distinct difference. Not because my ears work better, but because
from right here, you should hear the difference.
Yes, but that shouldn't be disappointing, right? Because that's what you're here for, and we're going to do a lot of that. We're going to hear the differences between different EQs and what we can do with them, and the color that one preamp does over another one. We'll get there, but until we start training our ears, what we're listening for, how to listen, you'll hear it'll change, and you'll go, yeah, I think I hear a change, but is that a better change?
Yeah.
How do we describe that change? That's the stuff we're going to prepare ourselves to make those calls, right? So, another long answer to your question, but basically, yes, you'd hear a change, but you wouldn't hear what somebody who's sat there in countless hours of this preamp or this preamp.
How do you train this for it? Like, do you just, okay, I'm going to listen to this preamp today, and tomorrow you listen to this preamp, or?
No, I literally A/B them. And I'll tell you why. Because the human brain is not very good at, I think I've heard somewhere, this might be a total crock, but I've heard somewhere that your acoustic memory, meaning the way that you remember something, loses its detail drastically after like 7 seconds. So if you have something up and then you bring it down, and then 7 seconds